Hello there, Ragnon here, and I just wanted to make a quick video that is going to go over how to sim your character using Questionably Epic Live. And the reason I want to post this is because I'm probably going to be referencing this in several videos that I'm going to be creating in the near future. And so I wanted to have this video up in advance so that I could provide links to this. So when you're simming your character as a healer, it's different than you would as a DPS. Or to a lesser extent as a tank. DPS and tanks use a website called Raidbots, and that looks like this. And so raidbots.com can sim your character as a DPS, but as a healer, we don't sim for DPS, we need to sim for healing. Actually, if you plug in yourself as like a holy priest, for example, here, it's going to say that your spec is not supported. So the website that we use as healers is called questionablyepic.com/live. And so to use this website, we're going to need the same add-on that you would for raid bots. So if I open up my CurseForge here, it's an add-on called Simulation Craft. So you'll want to make sure that you have this add-on downloaded and installed to your game client in advance. And then once you go in game, I've intentionally messed up my gear here. I want to show you with an actual example how to sim for your character. I do have my raid talent set up. I'm going to go ahead and be simming for an Epiphany build for raid. In game, there's a little widget that's for Simulation Craft, or I just type /simc, SIMC. And once the screen pops up, you'll push Control-C to copy. And then you can go ahead and close out of this. Go back to Questionably Epic Live. And now before we actually get this going, you need to add your character. So to add your character, this accounts for your race and all that stuff. You type in your character's name, and that helps keep track of your different characters in case you're running multiple healers. Your region, server name, and then the class and race. So I've got all of my different healers here ready to go. So I want to make sure that I go ahead and select my Holy Priest, because that's what I want to sim for. And then up here up at the top, I want to sim for raid. You can also sim for dungeon style content, but today I want raid. Up here at the top, the gearing options, there's different types of sims that you can run. The one that we're going to look at first is top gear. So I'm going to click on that. Import gear, and this is where I'm going to paste in the SimC that I just copied from game. Submit, and now it has all of my items that are in my bags that are possible to equip. You can also click here on optional settings and change some different values. For example, if you know you're not going to have the ominous chromatic buffs from the other people on your raid team, then you can turn that off. Right here, you can choose your values if you're running healing darts and all that good stuff. So I'm going to close out of that. I'm going to leave that all the same. So for the purposes of this sim, I left all my tier as it is, and I messed up intentionally all of my like my neck slots and wrists and all my non-tier slots. So here I'm going to imagine that I'm running this Bromax locket, but I know that crit and mastery are going to be higher priority for me. So I'm going to also select this lariat. If you have a piece like, say for example, this Cagney's Scorching Talisman from LFR that I need to delete, if you want to account for an upgrade or something, you can click on this little gear and you can choose what level you want to upgrade it to. For pieces that are applicable, you can also catalyst, so you can do that. And so if you did that, let's say for example I wanted to upgrade this to 424, it will duplicate it and create a new item of that item level. And you can know it's selected because it's highlighted in yellow. You can also simulate other like crafted items, or maybe items that you can get here. So for example, let's say I can craft something, and I want to see if I crafted vibrant wilder cloth, what are the wrist wraps? I want to see if I crafted those at 447 for crit mastery, if that would be an upgrade. So I'm going to add that, and that will be added down here under the bracers. So you can see they were created and added right here. So I don't actually have those items, but now they've been added as a potential choice. So cape, I want to leave that all the same. Bracers, I got these 437s with the socket. I'm wondering if those are any good. Or I also have 447 engineering bracers. I currently have them with versatility for Mythic Plus, so I want to see if that's an upgrade. Going down here to belt. This one has leech, but this belt right here has a socket. So let's test those and see how those look. And I also want to test my boots. So right here, I'm running some 431s. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade those to 441. And I can go ahead and unselect the 431s because I know that those are not going to be better than 441s. And at this point in the tier, upgrading is not really an issue because I have tons of crests and stuff. And you can see down here, I have 20 items selected out of 30 possible. So I could go crazy and select all kinds of different items, but I'm being a little hesitant because I don't want to accidentally run out of slots. So I want to test these because these have leech and they do have mastery. So I want to test those against my crafted boots and then the upgraded version of the boots that I'm currently equipping. And then for my rings, I'm currently running an Onyx Amulet. Again, I just randomly equipped things in game. This is not actually what I'm running. Chances are by the time we're done with the sim, it's going to end up with what my character's actually wearing for my raid set. So I'm going to select my 2 crafted pieces, and then this Scalebane is pretty nice. Mastery crit, I'm going to select that. And then just for fun, I'm also going to select maybe these 2. Okay, and maybe this one because it has a socket. So we'll throw all those in there. Oh, you know what the heck? We'll throw in Seal of Questionable Loyalties too. And then I'm happy with my staff, happy with my trinkets. So now we push go. And you can see right here, it has all the slots that have been replaced with something else. So I need to now switch out my neck for lariat, my wrists. I want to go ahead and run my engineering ones. Go with my crafted rings and then my leech boots. And you can see down here how far off the next most optimal set is. The 437 wrists are actually a 0.01% worse at 0 HPS. I'm actually running this in my real raid set because it does have a socket, and I think it's valuable to go with the lariat. So even though this is higher item level, I am actually running this because of the socket. Once I get 4 either a heroic or a mythic one to drop, then I'll probably trade it out with that. The belt is the next closest, and that's 105 HPS lower, and it just goes worse from there. So this is my current setup that I want to run, and actually that is indeed what I run for my raid set. So using this, I was able to find this gear set, and that's what I run. Let's look at some other tools that you can use on QE Live. So up here on Upgrade Finder, my raid team runs Droptimizers. So what we would do is we post Droptimizers and stuff, and then when gear drops, the officers use that with RC Council to decide who gets the loot based on who it's the biggest upgrade for. That doesn't really work on raid bots for healers, but what you can do is you can post QE Live here. So you go to Upgrade Finder. I want to import, I'm going to actually do my real raid sets, so let me just do SimC here, copy, paste. All right, so I want to know max upgraded heroic equipment and max upgraded mythic equipment. What can we do? What can we get from that? So you can see from raid, there are, I could get an upgrade from the 447 tier chest, which is interesting. I didn't realize that. And then possibly from the class trinket, and then the weapon. And so that's what do I get from mythic. Heroic, there's nothing from all the difficulties, or from all the different bosses, excuse me. So you can use that. And then what I would do, because if you copy and paste this link, the person who opens it, it will actually open using their QE Live. So they won't be able to see this, unfortunately. It does not work like raid bots. So what we had done is, let's say that we're progressing on Mythic Sarkareth, And then, hold on a second, Emery. She's upstairs. If we're progressing on Mythic Sarkareth and we know that it might die tonight, we need our drop optimizers or whatever put in, then what we would do is we'd take a screenshot and post that, and then have the picture for somebody to look at rather than a link. That's just kind of the workaround that we used on our raid team. And let's look at some other tools on QE Live. The trinkets, this is a very quick way that you can compare how good the different trinkets are, so that when you're searching for, you know, what you want, you can look here. So obviously Rashox is by far the best. Echoing Tearstone is next, but it was nerfed, so I don't know how much stock I want to put in that. And then OCD is below that, and that's what I'm running. Screaming Black Dragon Scale is also a very good choice. So it's a quick way to compare trinkets, embellishments, and all that good stuff. So that's a quick rundown on how to use QE Live. It does, again, also work for dungeons. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.